Welcome to Laura's English Vibe.
Alex, I have a question for you, and I think this one might get us into trouble.
Oh no, what are we talking about today?
Marriage.
Okay, that doesn't sound too dangerous.
Children.
A little more dangerous.
Living with your parents after marriage.
Now we're definitely in trouble.
And I haven't even started yet.
There's more?
A lot more. Should everyone get married? Is it okay to stay single? Do we really need children to have a family? Should married couples live with their parents? Who should do the housework? What happens when one person earns more money? Should you choose your career or your family? And how much should we change our lives for the people we love?
Okay, I take it back. We are definitely in trouble.
But these are real questions.
They are. And I don't think they have simple answers.
Neither do I. Because the life that makes me happy may not make you happy.
Exactly. And maybe that's where we should start. There may not be one right way to build a family.
So today, we're going to talk about all of it. The beautiful parts, the difficult parts, and maybe even the uncomfortable parts.
Marriage, children, parents, money, freedom, work, love, and the choices we make between them.
This might be our biggest conversation yet.
Then we'd better get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Laura and Alex Talk About Life.
This is where we talk about big questions using simple English.
And today's conversation is very close to real life, because sooner or later, most of us have to make choices about family.
And sometimes other people have very strong opinions about those choices.
You should get married.
You should have children.
You should buy a house.
You should live close to your parents.
You should put your family first.
Everyone seems to know what you should do.
Except, they're not the person who has to live your life.
Exactly. So today we're not going to tell you how to live.
We're going to look at both sides.
And you can decide what makes sense for you.
Let's start with the biggest one. Marriage. Do you think everyone should get married?
No.
Wow, you didn't even think about it.
I have thought about it. That's why my answer came so quickly. I don't think marriage is right for everyone.
I understand that, but I still think marriage can be something really beautiful.
So do I. Those two ideas don't fight each other. Marriage can be wonderful, without being necessary for every person.
That's fair. I think things were different for many people in the past. There was almost a plan for life. You grow up, finish school, get a job, get married, have children, buy a home, raise your family.
And if you didn't follow that plan, people noticed.
They still notice, especially when you reach a certain age. Suddenly, every family dinner becomes an interview.
When are you getting married?
Do you have a boyfriend?
Do you have a girlfriend?
You're not getting any younger.
That's always a helpful comment.
Very helpful. Imagine being 30, you're enjoying your dinner, and someone says, "So, when are you having a baby? I haven't even finished my soup."
Give her 5 minutes.
Exactly. But jokes aside, I understand why parents ask. Many of them grew up believing marriage meant safety, family, stability.
And for many people, it still does. But life has changed. People study longer, they move to different cities, they build careers, they travel, they meet people later. Some people don't feel ready for marriage at 25, or 30, or even later.
And some people may never want it.
Right. I think the important question is not, when should I get married?
Then what is it?
Why do I want to get married?
That's much harder.
It should be. Imagine marrying someone because everyone around you is getting married.
That sounds like a terrible reason.
Or because you're afraid of being alone.
Also dangerous.
Or because your parents keep asking.
Definitely dangerous.
Marriage is a big decision. You're choosing someone who may share your home, your money, your problems, your dreams, and maybe raise children with you.
When you say it like that, choosing someone because you're 30 sounds a little crazy.
Exactly. Your age can tell you how long you've been alive. It can't tell you whether you found the right person.
But let me defend marriage for a minute.
Go ahead.
Life can be difficult. Having someone beside you can make it easier. Someone who knows you. Someone you can come home to. Someone who celebrates with you when things go well, and sits beside you when they don't.
I completely agree. A good marriage can be an amazing partnership.
So you're not against marriage?
Not at all. I'm against treating marriage like a box everyone has to check.
Ah, that's different.
I think people should get married because they want to build a life together, not because they're scared of what people will say if they don't.
I like that. Marriage should be a choice, not a deadline.
Exactly.
But let's talk about the other side. Being single. Why do you think people are so afraid of it?
Because we often connect being alone with being lonely.
Aren't they similar?
Not always. You can be alone and feel peaceful. You can also be married and feel incredibly lonely.
That's true. I know people who enjoy doing things alone. Coffee, movies, travel, even dinner.
And I know couples who sit next to each other every evening, but barely talk.
That's actually sadder.
I think so. Being with someone doesn't automatically create connection.
But I still think having a partner gives you something special.
It can. I'm not saying single life is better. I'm saying it can be good. There's a difference.
What do you think is good about it?
Freedom is one thing. You can make many decisions without asking another person. Where to live, what to do with your weekend, how to spend your money, whether to change jobs, whether to travel.
That sounds nice. But you also carry every problem alone.
Sometimes. And that's one of the harder parts. If you get sick, there's no partner automatically there to help you. If you're worried at 2 in the morning, you may not have someone beside you.
That's the part people don't talk about when they say, single life is freedom.
Exactly. Every choice gives you something and costs you something.
That's true for marriage, too. Marriage gives you partnership, but you lose some independence.
Right. You can't always say, I want this, so I'm doing it. Sometimes you have to say, what do we want?
And that can be difficult.
Here's a harder question. Would you rather be single or stay in an unhappy relationship because you're afraid of being alone?
Single, without question.
Same.
Being alone can hurt, but being with someone who makes you feel alone can hurt even more.
That's a strong sentence.
Because having a relationship isn't the same as having a good relationship.
So maybe we shouldn't ask, are you married or single?
Maybe we should ask, are you building a life that feels right for you? There's another thing I've noticed. A lot of people seem to be waiting longer before getting married.
That makes sense to me.
Why?
Because marriage isn't only about love.
Uh-oh. Here comes the money conversation.
Unfortunately, love doesn't pay the electricity bill.
Very romantic, Alex.
I'm doing my best. But think about it. 2 people may love each other deeply. Then real life arrives. Rent, food, transportation, healthcare, maybe a wedding, maybe a house, maybe children later.
And suddenly, I Love You has a monthly budget.
Pretty much.
I think many young people aren't afraid of love. They're afraid of everything that comes after it.
Exactly. Someone might think, I want to marry this person, but can we afford a home? Or can we raise a child? Or what happens if one of us loses a job?
And people also want more time for themselves now. They want to study, build a career, travel, understand who they are.
Which isn't necessarily selfish. Knowing yourself can actually help a relationship.
Because you know what you want?
And what you don't want. Imagine getting married before you've ever thought about money, children, career, where you want to live.
Then discovering your partner wants the exact opposite.
Exactly. Love matters, but shared plans matter too.
Okay, let's make this difficult. You love someone. They're kind, funny, they treat you well, but they don't have a stable job. They have no savings, and they don't really have a plan for the future. Would you marry them?
No.
Again with the fast answer.
You said they don't have a plan. That's the important part. Not having money today isn't necessarily a problem. Having no responsibility for tomorrow might be.
Interesting. So you don't need your partner to be rich.
Absolutely not. But I would want us to be able to talk honestly about money.
I agree with that. Money causes so many arguments.
Especially when couples avoid talking about it before marriage.
What should they talk about?
Simple things. Do you save money? Do you have debt? Do you like spending? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want children? Who pays for what? What happens if one person stops working?
Here's one. What if the wife earns much more than the husband?
Then she earns more than him.
That's it?
Why should that be a problem?
For some people, it is.
Then maybe the problem isn't the money. Maybe it's how they think about their roles.
Fair point. I think a couple needs to feel like a team. If one person is doing well, the family is doing well.
Exactly. Marriage shouldn't be a competition.
Now we're entering dangerous territory.
Children?
Children. Do you think every married couple should have them?
No.
I knew you were going to say that.
But I also understand why people want children.
I think raising a child can bring a kind of love that's difficult to explain. You watch this tiny person grow. Their first word, first day of school, their little personality. You teach them things, and somehow they teach you things too.
Absolutely. For many people, becoming a parent is one of the most meaningful experiences of their lives. But it's also one of the biggest responsibilities.
Children need time,
Money,
energy,
patience,
a lot of patience.
probably more than we can imagine.
And your life changes completely. You can't always do what you want when you want.
That's why I don't think people should have children simply because society expects it.
Or because their parents want grandchildren.
Exactly. The grandparents get the cute photos. You get 3 hours of sleep.
That's unfair.
A little.
What about couples who choose not to have children?
I think that's their choice. They may want more freedom. They may have financial reasons, health reasons, career goals, or they may simply not want to be parents.
Some people say that's selfish.
I don't agree. Having a child you don't truly want just because other people expect you to, that doesn't sound fair to the child either.
That's a good point. Maybe having children shouldn't be proof that your life is complete.
Exactly. A child isn't a box on a life checklist. They're a human being.
I know what someone is thinking right now. If you don't have children, who will take care of you when you're old?
I've heard that one.
What do you think?
I think children may choose to care for their parents out of love. That's beautiful. But I don't think we should create a person mainly so they can take care of us later.
A child isn't a retirement plan.
Exactly. But this also opens a much bigger question. How much responsibility do adult children have for their parents?
That's difficult, especially in cultures where family is very important.
Imagine your parents are getting older. They need help. But you have a job, a partner, maybe children of your own. How much of your life should you give up?
I don't know. I would want to help my parents.
So would I. But helping doesn't always mean giving up everything.
Maybe families need to talk about this before there's a crisis.
Exactly. What do our parents want? What can we afford? Who can help? Can brothers and sisters share the responsibility?
Because one person shouldn't have to carry everything.
Right. Love is important, but so are healthy limits.
Okay, now we're going to start a fight between half the families watching.
Excellent.
Should adults live with their parents?
It depends.
Finally, you didn't say no.
I'm growing.
In some places, moving out at 18 or 20 is very normal. In other places, people live with their parents until marriage, sometimes even after marriage.
And neither automatically tells you whether someone is independent.
Exactly. Living with your parents can save a lot of money.
You can help each other, eat together, take care of older family members. If you have children, grandparents may help too.
But privacy.
There it is.
Privacy matters. Sometimes you want to come home late, eat noodles at midnight, watch a movie, do absolutely nothing, and not explain yourself.
And when you live with family, someone always notices.
Where are you going?
Who are you meeting?
When will you be home?
Why did you buy that?
We love you, Mom.
Very much.
So, moving out can give people independence.
Yes, you learn to manage money, cook, clean, pay bills, solve problems.
But moving out doesn't mean you love your parents less.
And living with them doesn't mean you haven't grown up.
Again, there isn't one answer. Living with your own parents is one thing. Living with your partner's parents? That's another level.
I was waiting for this chapter.
Imagine you're newly married. Your partner says, "Let's live with my parents for a few years. We can save money." Good idea?
Financially? Maybe. Emotionally? We need more information.
Exactly. It can be wonderful. Parents can help. Meals together. Lower living costs. Grandparents close to future children.
But two families are now sharing one home, and they may have very different habits.
Different food. Different schedules. Different ideas about cleaning.
Different ideas about privacy.
And sometimes, different ideas about what a husband or wife should do.
That's where problems can begin.
Imagine your mother-in-law says, "Why don't you cook for my son every day?"
I'd probably say, because your son has hands.
Alex.
Too much?
A little. But I understand the point.
Sometimes parents believe they're helping, but the couple feels controlled.
And sometimes the couple becomes too sensitive. A simple suggestion feels like criticism.
Exactly. That's why communication matters.
I think couples need some space that belongs to them, even if they're living in the same house.
And parents need to understand that their adult child's marriage is a new family.
Here's the difficult question. Where does caring end and controlling begin?
Maybe when help is no longer something you can say no to.
That's good.
Advice says, here's what I think. Control says, you must do what I think.
That's a big difference. I'm going to ask you a dangerous question. Who should cook?
The person who doesn't burn the food.
Good answer.
Thank you.
But seriously, in many traditional families, the husband worked outside the home and the wife managed the house.
But today, in many families, both people work.
Exactly. So if both work 8 hours, should one person still do most of the housework?
I don't think that's fair.
Neither do I. Cooking, cleaning, laundry, shopping, children, planning meals, remembering appointments. There's a lot of work inside a home.
And some of it is invisible.
What do you mean?
Imagine one person remembers everything. The child's school meeting, the dentist appointment, the birthday gift, what food needs to be bought, when the electricity bill is due.
They're not physically cleaning, but their brain is always working.
Exactly.
So, should everything be 50-50?
Not necessarily.
Really?
Life isn't always 50-50. Imagine you're sick this week. Maybe I do 80%.
Then, next month you have a big work project. Maybe I do more.
Exactly. Fair doesn't always mean equal every day.
I love that.
A relationship isn't a scoreboard.
Sometimes I carry you. Sometimes you carry me.
And hopefully, over time, both people feel supported.
Let's say you get your dream job.
Okay?
Great salary, amazing opportunity. But it's in another city. Your partner doesn't want to move. What do you do?
That's difficult.
No quick answer this time?
Definitely not. Because someone may have to give something up.
This happens in real life all the time. Career opportunities, family responsibilities, children, parents.
And sometimes people say, family should always come first.
Do you agree?
Not always.
Interesting.
Because you are part of the family too. Your dreams matter. Your happiness matters.
But if everyone only follows their own dreams, what happens to the relationship?
Exactly. That's why partnership is difficult. Sometimes love means compromise. But compromise shouldn't always come from the same person.
That's important. If one person gives up every dream, they may start feeling angry later.
Even if nobody meant to hurt them.
So maybe the question isn't career or family?
Maybe it's, how can we build a life where both people matter?
This next one is more serious.
I know.
Should two unhappy people stay married for their children?
I don't think there's one answer for every family.
Neither do I. Sometimes relationships go through difficult periods and get better.
Exactly. An argument doesn't mean a marriage is over. People can communicate, change, get support, work through problems.
But what if the home is unhappy for years?
Then I think we have to ask what the children are actually experiencing.
Some parents say, "We stayed together for you."
But children don't only see whether two parents live in the same house. They also see how those parents treat each other.
Do they speak kindly?
Do they respect each other?
Do they argue every night?
Do they make the home feel safe?
So a complete-looking family isn't always a healthy family.
Right. And separation doesn't automatically mean people have failed. Sometimes families change shape.
I think this is one of those topics where we should be careful. We don't know what happens inside someone else's home.
Exactly. It's easy to say, you should stay, or you should leave, when you're not living their life.
Maybe what children need most isn't a perfect family.
Maybe they need adults who love them, protect them, and treat each other with respect.
We've talked about a lot today.
A lot.
Marriage,
Single life.
children,
Parents.
money,
Housework.
careers.
Freedom.
And after all of that, I still have one question.
What's that?
What actually makes a good family?
I don't think it's the size of the house.
No,
I don't think it's how much money you have.
definitely not.
I don't think it's whether you have one child, 3 children, or no children.
I agree.
And I don't think every family has to look the same.
Then what is it?
Maybe it's having a place where you don't have to pretend.
A place where you can have a terrible day and still come home.
Where people know your weaknesses, but don't use them against you.
Where you can make mistakes,
Grow,
change.
and still know you belong.
I like that. Maybe family isn't really about having the perfect life.
Maybe it's about having people who are willing to build an imperfect life with you.
That's beautiful.
And maybe that's also why there isn't one answer to today's questions. Some people will marry. Some won't.
Some will have children, some won't.
Some will live close to their parents.
Others will move across the world.
Some people will build traditional families.
Others will build something completely different.
The important thing is understanding why you're making your choices.
Not because Instagram told you.
Not because your friends are doing it.
Not because you're afraid people will judge you.
And not simply because that's what everyone does.
Choose carefully.
Talk honestly.
Love deeply.
And remember that the people you love are people, not roles.
Your husband isn't only a husband.
Your wife isn't only a wife.
Your mother isn't only a mother.
Your father isn't only a father.
And your children aren't only your children.
They're all people with their own fears, dreams, needs, and lives.
Alex, I think I know my answer now.
To which question?
The big one. Marriage, children, or living alone. What makes a good life?
And?
There isn't one answer.
Exactly.
Maybe a good life is one you choose carefully, with people you love, without losing yourself along the way.
I think that's a pretty good place to end.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
This was a long conversation, but these are big questions.
And now we want to hear from you. You don't have to answer everything, just choose one question.
Would you rather get married or stay single?
Would you like to have children?
Would you live with your parents after marriage?
And what does family mean to you?
There are no perfect answers.
Just different lives, different experiences, and different choices.
Thanks for listening to Laura and Alex talk about life.
Take care of yourself and the people you love.
See you next time.